Have you ever felt like you're constantly standing at a crossroads in life, weighing every choice over and over, fearing that one wrong move could lead to disaster? In reality, we are more like a bird perched on a branch. It doesn't stay there because it trusts the branch won't break, but because it trusts its own wings to fly away at any moment. As Marcus Aurelius famously stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We've all experienced moments when our minds are overwhelmed with noise, replaying conversations, predicting every possible outcome, and trying to solve an endless string of what-ifs. Overthinking can leave us mentally exhausted. Today, let's talk about how we can be like that bird, trusting in our own abilities, rather than relying solely on external circumstances. With 10 practical Stoic strategies, we'll help you break free from this cycle and reclaim your inner peace and sense of control. If you're looking for ways to escape this mental trap, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to join us on this journey of self-growth. 1. Visualize overthinking as an external force. Overthinking can sneak in like a fog on a clear day, starting as a small worry and quickly growing into a cloud that blocks your clarity. In today's world, where information is constantly bombarding us, our minds can get overwhelmed with what-ifs and what-could-have-beens. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." The first strategy is to see overthinking as an external force, something outside of your core being. Imagine those persistent thoughts as clouds passing over a mountain. You are that mountain, steadfast and immovable, as the clouds drift by. Stoicism teaches us to observe without attachment. Picture your thoughts floating away in a bubble. This mental exercise helps you understand that thoughts are transient. They only gain power if you hold on to them. Practicing this technique can help you create a mental habit of detaching and letting go before your thoughts turn into a storm. Over time, this builds a strong mental reflex, allowing you to stand apart from the barrage of overthinking. 2. Refocus your energy. Have you ever found yourself spiraling into a mental loop of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios? It's like having too many tabs open in your mind, each playing on full volume, and you can't seem to hit pause. This is the hallmark of our multitasking lives today. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This wisdom forms the cornerstone of our second strategy, refocusing your energy. Ground yourself in the now. Pick a task that requires your full attention, something simple like organizing your desk, going for a walk, or reading a book. Engage fully in the present moment. This isn't about distracting yourself, but about redirecting your energy towards purposeful action. It's not about avoiding thoughts, but managing them by deciding where to invest your mental energy. This shift in focus teaches mental discipline and helps you realize that while you can't eliminate overthinking entirely, you can recognize when your thoughts are unhelpful and choose to redirect them. 3. Embrace impermanence and let go. Our minds often loop, rehashing past events or worrying about the future. This is where overthinking thrives, when thoughts linger longer than they should. Epictetus said, "He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive." This may sound heavy, but it speaks to the Stoic idea of impermanence. Everything changes, including our thoughts. Recognizing that thoughts are not permanent fixtures in our lives can be liberating. Visualize your thoughts as leaves drifting down a river or as clouds constantly reshaping and moving on. This practice allows you to understand that the nature of thought is to change. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means not allowing thoughts that don't serve you to take up space in your mind. Over time, this practice brings a newfound mental calmness, helping you live more in the moment. Create a worry period. We all have those nagging worries that pop up at inconvenient times, like trying to sleep or focus on work. Imagine setting aside a specific time each day, perhaps 20 minutes in the afternoon, to allow yourself to focus entirely on your worries. Epictetus said, If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This teaches us to prioritize peace of mind over the fear of appearing complacent. During your worry period, examine your worries, question their validity, and understand what can actually be done about them. Often, worries lose their intensity when faced head-on. When the period ends, move on. By containing your worries to a designated time, you prevent them from taking over your entire day. This technique helps you regain control and find more balance. 5. Break down overwhelming thoughts into actions. When overthinking strikes, it can feel like carrying the weight of a massive boulder. Marcus Aurelius once offered this insight. What stands in the way becomes the way. This means transforming overwhelming thoughts into actionable steps. Instead of being paralyzed by a big worry, break it down into small, manageable actions. Ask yourself, what is the next step I can take? Acting on one small step might seem minor, but it's powerful in shifting focus from worrying to doing. With each step, the seemingly insurmountable task becomes more manageable. Over time, you'll find that your overthinking is replaced with clarity and a sense of accomplishment. 6th shift. Perspective to gratitude. Overthinking often stems from focusing on what we lack or what might go wrong. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This is about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of gratitude. Focus on 3 things you're genuinely grateful for each day. They don't have to be grand, just sincere. By anchoring yourself in gratitude, you enrich your experience of the present, reduce overthinking, and transform your inner dialogue from one of lack to one of abundance. 7. Focus on effort, not outcome. Overthinking often comes from obsessing about outcomes. What might happen, what could go wrong, or whether we'll fail. Epictetus tells us, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This encourages focusing on our efforts rather than outcomes. When you catch yourself overthinking potential results, redirect your thoughts to the quality of your effort. Are you doing your best? Are you staying true to your values? By focusing on effort, you liberate yourself from the anxiety of overthinking about what could happen. 8. Practice voluntary discomfort. Our minds overthink when faced with potential discomfort or change, trying to predict every possible outcome. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." Practicing voluntary discomfort, such as taking a cold shower or going without certain comforts, we train our minds to handle uncertainty and reduce overthinking. This shows us that discomfort isn't as frightening as our overthinking minds make it out to be. 9. Reflect on the transience of life. When we're caught in overthinking, we often lose sight of the bigger picture. Seneca wrote, "We are not given a short life, but make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it." Reflecting on the fleeting nature of life helps us see that many of our worries are insignificant in the grand timeline of our existence. When overwhelmed, remind yourself that life is brief, and ask if the current worry is truly worth the precious time you have. 10. Seek wisdom outside yourself. Sometimes our minds are like mazes that keep us trapped in circles of overthinking. Seneca advised, "Consult your friend on everything, especially on those matters concerning yourself." Seeking insight from others can provide clarity that's hard to achieve when overthinking alone. Reach out to a friend, mentor, or source of trusted advice. It often helps lighten the mental load and offers new perspectives, reminding us of the strength found in connection. Overall, life is like a series of branches. We don't always need to choose the most secure one. The key is to trust our wings and have the courage to take flight even in uncertain conditions. Have you ever missed an opportunity because of hesitation? Feel free to share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear your insights and experiences. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Together, let's continue on this path of growth and understanding, guided by the wisdom the Stoics have laid before us. Stay strong, stay stoic,